Good morning. The problem with planning and setting a goal, and why most of us, including me, don't always do it, or at least drift after having set a goal and planned a goal and said what we were going to do. And it's something that we can look at sometimes. And I chat with some ladies now, why aren't I doing it? Why aren't I doing it? You know, sometimes I plan and it goes really well. I just need to plan. That's all I need to do. But why don't I do it sometimes? Why don't I say what I'm going to do? Well, it's an interesting one, and it's something that the psychologist Jordan Peterson talks about a lot. And he says that when you define what failure or what the conditions for failure are, human beings don't really like it, because now we've got a condition for failure. So by planning, you're saying what you're going to do, right? So now you have a specific condition that if I do this, I will pass, I will succeed. If I don't do that, your brain goes to, I will fail. Hey Stephanie, good morning. So now we have two conditions, which is quite scary. And now we have a condition for failure. Often human beings don't actually like that. So what we'd actually prefer to do is just keep going. And it seems like we're doing well. The only problem with that is we don't actually know. And because we don't know, our expectations aren't set, and we often compare our expectations to perfect. You know, ever done that before? Oh, I used to do this. 20 years ago, I used to be so much fitter. 10 years ago, I used to be so much fitter. I never used to get this tired. I never used to. And we're comparing ourselves to perfect, which might not even be true, because our perceptions of the past could be massively biased. Like, you know, I remember looking back at my university days thinking, yeah, it was so good then. But then thinking about it, there was lots of rubbish parts of it too. But anyway, our perception of the past is always put on a pedestal. So we've got to consider here, okay, is it that we're actually just scared of setting conditions? Is that what we actually want? Because long term, that could actually be more painful than just setting a plan today, expectations today, and saying at the end of the day, did I do them, yes or no? And it's a bit like what I talked about yesterday with the not to-do list, getting a not to-do list. So something to consider today. And so tomorrow we start our accountability challenge, which is essentially where you set with us, you set the 3 things you're going to do today and the 3 key areas that we work on, which is the food, the fitness, the focus side of things. Have you done them, yes or no, at the end of the day? That's it. And it doesn't matter how big or small they are. It's consistency that's going to win the game, ultimately. We can be really good for a week, we can be good for a month or whatever, but actually just day in, day out, just focus on right now, today, just for today. If that's the motto, just for today, what can I do just for today? And start getting that ball rolling, because it's very easy to start saying, I'll start after bank holiday, then I'll start when the kids are back, then it's busy. Like, I was chatting to someone the other day and they were saying that I always go back in January more tired than I was before. And it's true, and it's often, and it's why sometimes when we talk to people in December, we're like, yeah, start in December, because you'll probably find that you can get into at least one habit before then. Now, that's not to say that it's too late, of course, but January can be a difficult month, and it's good to remember that obstacles are on the way, not in the way. You know, it can be dark, it's wet, colder, generally, although it's very mild at the moment, but without the Christmas jingles and the end of month to look forward to. So it can be quite a difficult month, but if we just consider that actually, let's just take the motto, just for today, to get through January. Just for today, I'm going to do insert here. Just for today, I'm going to do insert here. Have I done it, yes or no? Hey Judith, hey Mary. Then you've got clear expectations of what you are doing or not doing, and don't label it. If you don't do it, you have a strategy for when you don't do it. Okay, what did I learn from that? Why didn't I do it? What stopped me doing? Was it that I just set my expectations too high rather than go, I just failed? Because otherwise, remember, the alternative to that is not planning, not saying what you're going to do, and you're going to fail anyway then. And of course, over time, you want to get to the stage where you're just doing it subconsciously, and that's where a lot of people are. But if you're starting out or you want to see a change more quickly, then we have to start setting those expectations today and say, you know, today I will. Here's some examples. Have a glass of water before every meal. I'll do 10 minutes of exercise before people get up. That's my one every day. at least do one bit of exercise before everyone gets up and I start my day. And even if I have the busiest day ever, I know I've got a little bit in the morning. And it's the same with water. Have a glass of water before I have anything else. Even if I have the worst day and I don't drink another glass of water for the rest of the day, I know in that morning I've won that morning part. I've got a bit of exercise in, I've got some water in. And then we can start building on these. That becomes very subconscious, that I do that without thinking about it. And how do I know that? Well, there might be the odd time where I'm making coffee in one of our one-to-ones. It's always coffee, Lavazza. So I'm making coffee and I'll have a glass of water there. And they'll be like, from time to time, "You're not having coffee?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm just having a glass of water as well." I always have water before my coffee. If I partner them, if I have a glass of water every time I have a cup of coffee, again, by default, I don't even have to think about it. It's like I'm delegating a decision. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent a bit here. If you want more information about our January Kickstart, which is beginning flexible start date over the next 2 weeks, accountability sessions, be it from home or with us in person, be it 1 minute, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, geared to you, focusing on what you can do, then just comment below of Kickstart or send me a message with Kickstart and I'll get you the details from there. I hope you found that helpful. If you did, like, share it, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you soon. Have a great Sunday. Just a reminder that it is Sunday if you're confused for days. Yesterday felt like a Sunday to me. Anyway, I'll see you later. Take care.